Alright, tonight I'm going to make the Idahoan, I guess, the premium steakhouse bacon and ranch red potatoes. I did a review on another flavor before. This is my second one, so I'm going to try it. It's supposed to be new, and I keep thinking the box is dented in. It's not. It's made that way. It just freaks me out a little bit. But this has real bacon inside of it. What you're going to need is a casserole dish of some kind. This is our casserole dish, our go-to casserole dish. 2 tablespoons of butter, and I found out last time you're going to actually melt it in the boiling water, or once you pour it in there. So go ahead and kind of like slice it up into little chunks. It'll melt a whole lot easier. The oven's on 450. I'm going to start water. This is 1 3/4 cup, just a little bit more than 1 3/4 cup of water. I'm going to put it in this pan and start it boiling. And then I'll use this to put my milk in. Always turn on the front one. This is the back one. There we go. You also need a 3/4 cup of milk. So I'm going to go ahead and pour that in my measuring cup. I make a mess with milk when they're full. Alright, now the package, what it looks like inside. Email. These were all $1.98 at Walmart, all the flavors I got. So $1.98 for a box of scalloped potatoes aren't bad. Didn't mention the calories either. It is a 1/2 cup of dry, which means nothing. There's 5 servings in the container once they're made, and they're 160 calories per serving. So, I mean, if you eat all 5 servings, that's going to be, like 600 and some calories. So that's quite a bit. But if you just eat the 1 serving, it'll be fine. It has a cheese packet in it, and then there's a little bag of bacon. And always look for this little plastic bag because it's kind of buried in there usually. So make sure you dig that out. You don't want to pour that. Well, I guess you could pour it in and see it when you get your water in there. But just go ahead and pour your potatoes directly in your casserole dish. You don't have to grease it or anything like that. You can see they're pretty thinly sliced red potatoes with the skin still on them. And they're dehydrated, I guess. They're pretty brittle. And I'm going to wait for my water to boil, and I will be back. Okay, my water is a good hearty boil, so I'm going to turn that off. And I'm going to pour this into this potatoes. Just be careful not to splash it everywhere. And then I'm actually going to add my butter next. That way I can get that melting. And then you're going to add your sauce package to the boiling water too. And these tear really easily open, which is a good thing. Sometimes they make them like where you have to have scissors. These are not like that. Ooh, that smells like ranch, definitely. But I sprinkle a little bit at a time and stir it up. I don't like to put it all, like dump it in a big pile. Can you smell that ranch?
That worked much better with your butter.
It did, cutting it up and putting it in first.
Mm-hmm.
And the potatoes start to soften up with the hot water too. I'll tell you what, that is some strong ranch. Hopefully the flavor stays in there. I've noticed before that sometimes just because it smells really strong, by the time you actually bake it and get it all mixed together, it's really not very strong. So I'm kind of hoping it does have a good strong flavor. I like ranch, so I'd like to have a really strong flavor. So I'm going to get this all mixed together to where the powder is pretty much gone. I may not get every drop of it, but that's okay. I can get mixed up. So take advantage of the hot water because the hot boiling water will help dissolve that powder and soften your potatoes up. You don't want to pour your milk in too early. That's all black potato. That's all right. Okay, now that you can see it's pretty stirred up and I don't see any clumps of powder in there anymore. So I'm going to, now oven's preheated, perfect timing. Pour my milk in there. And that just gives it the creamy consistency, I guess. And just give it a quick stir. And then I'm going to put this in a 450 degree oven on the center rack is where we pretty much cook everything. And it bakes for 25 minutes, so it doesn't even take very long to cook. It's been 25 minutes. Ooh, steam. Always gets me every time. That looks really good. This time it's not. Last time it really popped around the edges. This time it's not. It's popped up. It's a little browner on top. I will let you know. I wish they had smell-o-vision. The smells of the ranch smell is really, really strong. I mean, it tastes like. I mean, it smells like you're eating ranch dressing right out of the bowl. I mean, it's like. So hopefully it's not that strong, but it smells really good. You take your bacon bits as your last step, and you just take them, and they're kind of stuck together. So just kind of sprinkle them around. And I'll probably end up dropping the whole thing in there. Can't really get them near the edges, but that's okay. You eat it all together anyway. So I'm going to let that cool off a little bit. I can't imagine eating that right now. So I'm going to let it cool off for a little bit, and then I'll try out a little bite. One thing I noticed when I said I was going to let it sit for a little while, then I looked at the box. It actually says to let it set for 5 minutes and then serve. If you don't, it's really runny, almost like water. But if you let it sit for a little while, the sauce thickens up a lot more, and it actually is edible. But see this where it's really runny right in that area? That's how the whole pan was when you first get it out. So you really don't want to do it right away. I'm not going to eat right about that much of it. I can smell the bacon. The bacon smells really good. I'm going to get this potato right on top here. It's super, super hot right now. Still steam coming out of it. The bacon you can really taste. Of course, I got a piece with all bacon on it, but it's a really good bacony flavor. The ranch flavor is not overwhelming. I was afraid it would be from the smell because it was so strong. It does have a ranch flavor, but it's not so overpowering to where you can like, yeah, it's ranch dressing, you know. It's really good. It tastes more of just a creamy scalloped potato with just a little bit of a hint of a ranch flavor. So it's really good. It's got a little bit of a smoky flavor from the bacon. I would get that again. I think I actually like this one better than I like the one with the onions on it. Honestly, because the onion ones just tasted like potatoes with onions on it. This one has a different flavor. It's the sauces taste different, so it's different than just a cheesy scalloped potato. So I really like this. I can't believe I ate the whole thing. It was that good. Ranch bacon, excellent. They were better than the other ones. Hopefully they'll just keep getting better.